Hello and welcome to Just Plain Living, and surprise, I am not John Gray. I'm Kelly Lepchinsky. I'm stepping in today with co-host Peggy Burton. And yeah, we've got lots of stuff to...
I'm glad you came.
Yeah, well, thank you. I'm glad you asked me. This is a whole new role for me, but what fun.
Oh, there's so... Look at all our decorations. It's almost Christmas.
All set up for... Are you ready for Christmas? Exactly. Exactly. I'll tell you what. I've got, my brother has a number of children over
That's
years.
wonderful.
And
yeah.
They've got
So you
children.
have a big family.
And it is just such a busy season. It's so hard to get out and do all the shopping you need to do and think about what everybody wants. And it's just not even 2 weeks away.
It sort of stops your breath. To find enough, because you want people to be happy, and usually they are. To me, the joy of Christmas is friends and neighbors, and you have all these children coming in. That's great.
Yeah.
I only have one grandchild, and I could be a great-great-great-grandmother by now, but I'm not. Anyway.
I went to my first, and I gotta tell you, because I don't have kids and I don't have the young ones in my life otherwise. I went to my youngest nephew's, he's 2, Christmas program last weekend.
Oh my goodness.
And it's just little kids, jingle bells and playing with antlers, and then they pat themselves on the back when they're done.
I love that.
But Santa Claus walked in that room and he was terrified. Oh my goodness. He did not participate in the program. But
bless his heart.
For me, it was amazing because I haven't been involved in anything like that. It was the first time I'd seen Christmas cookies in years.
I know.
And it's actually kind of felt like the holidays again.
Right.
Yeah.
Then it makes you know what's going on, and it's a happy time. I always remember a holiday in Philippine Islands when my son was about 5, and it was as hot as you can imagine. 110 degrees in the shade, and we were going to a Christmas event of the base on this open field, and Santa Claus was coming and he was so excited. But when Santa Claus got there, his beard was coming off and the sweat was pouring down his face, and my son pulled on my sleeve and he said, "Mama, I don't like this old Santa Claus." So that was a tough time.
Warm Christmases are always, for me, it's so hard to remember it's Christmas time.
It just doesn't feel like Christmas.
I was running a theater festival in San Diego for a couple of years, and it got to be November or December. I don't even know, because it's 364 days of exactly the same, and one day where, I don't know, it rains or the wind blows. It's very much the same in San Diego. Yeah. And we're doing theater, palm trees, lots of sun, and I saw a picture of a show they were doing back here in Nashville at Chaffin's Barn, where I had worked previously. And they were all dressed up in blues and whites and ready for snow, and it was, a Christmas pageant kind of a thing, sort of, let's say something like a Holiday Inn, or I don't remember what they were doing, but, South Jackson's doing Holiday Inn. I'll throw them a plug.
Exactly.
But I looked at it, and I was like, snow, cold, is it Christmas time? You lose track. You completely, it's amazing how the weather affects you.
You lose track. And we would, in our military years, we would often do big Christmas parties when the troops were fixing to go on to Vietnam or somewhere else, and we might be doing that party in October because that's when they were ready to go out. And we just made it Christmas. We decorated a tree and everything and gave gifts, and they were happy. And
and we've actually had a snow. I mean, it wasn't much and it didn't stay long, but we've actually had our first snow of the season.
I know. I don't think I saw it at my house, but Gina from the Civic Center called and said there was snow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Blowing. Yeah. So we may get it.
And the thing is, we don't think about this, but technically we're still in fall right now. The winter, the solstice isn't till the 20th.
I know. And
so fall and snow and all that wet and cold stuff isn't on the calendar yet. That's all still to come. Now, generally we get hit with it February, March more than we do in December.
Actually, I can remember us having a horrible freeze in March, late March, where you almost April.
Right.
And you're thinking spring. Everything is spring. Like several years ago, when we had an event, a production scheduled at South Jackson, and it just overnight it's got freezing. Mm-hmm. And we just had to cancel, and snow and ice and everything. So anyway,
the entire time
that
I was at
happened.
college, every time it was spring break, it was snowing here.
was
We'd
still
have,
snowing.
our version of a blizzard. Anybody that came from up north is going to laugh at what we call a blizzard here.
Exactly.
But we are not prepared for it.
We're not
so-
prepared for a blizzard. I think that in my mind, it always snowed at Christmas as a child.
Yeah.
And maybe it was that way. Maybe climate, changes.
Yeah, maybe.
It might have. It just felt like, because I can remember going in the snow to get a Christmas tree, and no thought of buying a Christmas tree.
Oh,
we
wow.
would go. We were on the farm, so we got our Christmas tree, and that was such fun. And we made a lot of our own ornaments.
Yeah.
And stayed busy, because what else you going to do? We didn't have a phone
Yeah.
to talk on all the time.
I remember when I was growing up, my dad was one of those. We want a natural tree, and we want the biggest one we could find. And he would do that, and he'd go out and he'd get the biggest one he could find. But our house wasn't meant
Wouldn't
for the
hold it.
biggest tree you could find. So he would spend an hour out there trying
Bless
to
his
trim
heart.
and shave the tree and get it to,
And make it work,
The
yeah.
8-foot ceilings, whatever it was, the house we were living in at the time had. And it was always a production. And then keeping those things watered and alive. I've been an artificial tree person my entire life, probably because I watched that whole process.
Well, I have regressed to a very small Christmas tree, one I can handle.
Yeah.
It's, it sits here, and then you set another thing on it. But I do have a lot of ornaments from different places around the world, and I especially love the Washington, D.C. ornaments.
Oh, yeah.
My son was stationed at the Pentagon, so
Nice.
he always sent a certain ornament.
Those are pretty ornate little ornaments too that
they're
they come.
beautiful.
I think it was an estate sale where I found my first one that was a White House ornament, and it was really gorgeous. It has the year on it. I don't remember who would have been president at the time. I don't remember which year it was.
But
it was
they're
really,
pretty.
yeah.
And South Jackson Civic Center put out an ornament last year. I don't know if you saw it.
I have seen an ornament, but not from last year, so it must be a new.
There may have been a new one this year, and I just totally missed it.
Okay.
But I love things that represent something I love.
Yeah, yeah.
That means a lot to me.
Well, you were talking about putting handmade ornaments on the tree, and the ornaments on my tree, I know people who go full out every year and go buy new and put up a different theme every year. That is not me. I've got multiple trees, and one of them is like stuffed animals I grew up with.
I love that.
On the tree, and another one that's just the little things that you collected over the years, the ones that you had, that you made when you were a kid, or that
Yeah.
somebody gave to you. Every year when I'm taking out the ornaments to look at my tree, I can go, oh yeah, I remember who gave me this, or I remember, in the case of that White House one, which estate sale I picked this up from. But most of them have a memory attached to them. They're not just something I went and picked up at the store.
And I love the trees of Christmas at the at the not Civic Center, Performing Arts Center, and I know that a lot of people that do those some are putting together where they work, like Clayton's. She always have those shoes that are so cute, but it's always amazing to me how they can come up with so many ideas.
Oh yeah. Well, last year we didn't do it quite the same way this year, but last year for TUA.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how many hours I put into our tree. We had laser cut ornaments of linemen.
Oh, wow.
I had made ornaments where I took pieces of fiber and cut the pieces of fiber, which are colorful, and put them into the clear ornaments and hung them on the tree. I had bucket trucks. You name it. If it had anything to do with fiber or electric, cones, street cones, those orange street cones, and we had fiber lights on the tree, and it was stunning, but it was a lot of work and a good amount of money, and I was so disappointed. Everybody, they vote on those.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, we're gonna win, surely
And it
we're
should
gonna
have
win.
won, yeah.
Oh, it probably didn't. There were some gorgeous trees. I
What
remember-
happens when you start looking at the trees, you just get lost in, well, wait, which one was the most this and the most that? But it's such a great idea, and I hope people will do that again next year.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And be thinking about your ideas right now, what you would like to put on your tree.
And that's just it. You put that time and effort in, and then you look around and you realize everybody else put that time and effort in too. I remember last year, I haven't seen it yet this year. I need to get over there. I was sick through the holidays, and I just haven't been able
Well,
to get
see,
there.
that's what happened to me. It's interesting also the tops that go on the trees
Oh, yeah.
now. In my day,
So different.
many years ago, you just had a star maybe or something like that.
A star
but-
or an angel, but now people have all of these sprays of things coming out of the tops.
I know.
Or a Grinch head.
A Grinch head, yeah.
You never know what's
I
going to be
think
up
the
there.
Grinch head might have won one of the
Probably.
prizes.
Yeah.
I
The
think
Grinch
I saw
seems
that
very
in the paper.
popular.
Yeah.
You go through the parade, and it's amazing how many times the Grinch must run backwards to show up again. You know. But
And-
it looks like we've got a couple things we want
Oh,
to mention
okay.
before we get down to our first guest. So first of all, I have been told that my partner podcast, I should mention, I host the Talking Tullahoma podcast. And I always consider the Mick and Mac show our partner podcast because I don't cover sports because they do.
They do.
And they have got a big event coming up on, it's Wednesday night. That'd be, let's see, if today is the
Tuesday
16th.
the 16th.
Then Wednesday the 17th, you've got a limited amount of time to take advantage of this, but they're going to be at the Grand Lux Inn. And I'm guessing that is a recording live from the Grand Lux Inn, but that's a definite off-site
Oh.
location for them. They'll be doing that at 7:30 tomorrow the 17th. So if you have the opportunity to go join them over there and take a look at their live podcasting, they will be there.
Good.
Yeah. And there's lots
Tomorrow.
of good Christmas events coming up.
And are we supposed to announce anything else?
Well, we got a couple of things that are coming up. I mean, obviously we've talked quite a bit or mentioned quite a few times Holiday Inn at South Jackson, but Greg Gressel's going to be here later, so
And
we're
he-
going to talk to him
He'll
and we're
tell
going
us
to get
about
that
it, yeah.
get a
And
good
also,
plug in on
I
that.
believe Thursday night, and I hope I've got that date correct, but he'll correct me. We have the What a Wonderful Life movie.
It's a Wonderful Life, and I think that is also, I think that might be tonight, because we've got a TUA board meeting
Oh.
tonight. It's December the 16th.
Okay, maybe it is.
So-
Anyway, we'll find out for sure. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
I can't read it.
I
so-
love that event. I'm not going to be able to make it this year, but I certainly hope that if you're catching this show in time, you will be able to make it out there, that you've already
Yeah,
made
it's-
plans to make it out there, because
I
that
think
is an
this
annual thing.
tradition for Greg Gressel goes all the way back to his childhood.
Oh, lovely, yeah. Well, when we were kids, that was in the public domain. You
Right.
watched that. It was on every channel
every
because
channel,
they could
that's
send their
right.
people home to enjoy their holiday and just run It's a Wonderful Life on loop.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good Christmas movies. The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. I don't know. There's a lot that.
I remember the Boris Karloff. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Cartoon, 30 minutes. I haven't watched any of the movies and enjoyed them yet, but I'm stuck on that 30-minute cartoon.
Yeah.
Now, some other things coming up. We mentioned the winter solstice is coming up on the 20th, and then there's a hike at Old Stone Fort. They do every year for the solstice. For this case, it will be a sunset
And
rather than the
that's a
sunrise.
nice thing to do. And if you're able to do it,
Absolutely, yeah. It's
when
about
they do it, what is it on the solstice?
It's on the solstice. It's on the
Okay.
20th. I think they'll meet somewhere around 3 o'clock. You can check on the Tennessee Parks website, tnparks.com. But I think they'll meet somewhere around 3 because it's about an hour and a half, a 1 mile hike, somewhere right around there. So it'll get you to the
Right.
sunset, which will be, what is
Were
it
you
about
able
now?
to-
5?
Yeah. Were you able to watch the Christmas parade?
Yeah,
in
you can always.
Tullahoma? That went really well, I hear.
Yeah, I was sick during this whole holiday season from Thanksgiving on, so I have not gotten to watch the full parade. But you can watch it
it's
because
gonna-
it's on this channel.
It'll be on
it's
this channel.
YouTube,
It'll be, yeah.
through PHead, through LightTube. Either way, you could probably find it.
And I guess people are already thinking about next year what they're going to do for the parade.
Oh,
and
I hope so,
Come up
yeah.
with a clever title.
I did see pictures and see a few
Snow
floats.
Place Like Home, was that this year? Snow
And those
Place.
things are picked by the kids.
The children, I
elementary
think
kids.
that's beautiful to let them be involved because sometimes their ideas are a lot better than ours.
Absolutely. You just never know what you're going to get there. And here's another thing that occurs to me. The Hands-On Science Center. And there's a reason to mention this now. The Hands-On Science Center is going to be doing their science of wine, brew, and spirits, or
Oh yeah, they do that every year, I think.
And it's in January, and it's late January, but here's the thing, it's going to get lost in the shuffle because we're going to be coming up on, you think Christmas is around the corner, then there's New Year's. So we're going to be talking about all these events.
A lot of things to do.
And that might get lost in the shuffle. So right now, where we're between all the parades and the, Grand Marshal receptions, and right before all the...
And it's wonderful that we have such a great hands-on science center in our community.
It really is.
I still can see the look on my grandson's face, and he was only 5 years old, and I took him to the Hands-On Science Center, and I was doing one thing and he was doing something else, and he came running up to me and he said, "I love this place." And I thought, oh gosh, if I'd have just had that picture, it would have been a nice advertisement for the Hands-On Science Center.
And I guess, again, because I don't have children of my own, I don't remember that as something that was there when I was a child.
Yeah.
And I think it probably did come later than that. I'm not a spring chicken.
I think it did. I think it came quite a bit late. Well, I don't know how much later. But anyway, it's a wonderful thing for our community, and I think it helps, just like the Performing Arts Center and the... Oh, and I'm so excited, the Art Center, the Fine Arts Center.
The Fine Arts Center had a soft opening. They're coming
And
back
they did, and
under the
I'm
auspices of
thrilled
South
about
Jackson.
that.
Yeah.
I think that Hardee's had something to do with decorating, Jim Hardy and his wife and family, decorating the Art Center, and I hope I get over there to see it now that I'm walking again.
Yeah, well, I think they actually have art installations in there right now. I know Noel Clemens
and I think they have
on the
stuff
Art
for
Council.
sale. Yeah, they do already have it for sale. I had worried about that for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see that back open, or any community needs, and it's wonderful it's across the street.
Absolutely.
All we need is an arch that has, we can walk across
Well,
from one to the
Greg
other.
talked for a long time about wanting those two entities to work together and have events. For example, even with the Chris Kindle Market that just happened, or an arts council, the downtown arts crawl thing, things like that. He always wanted those two buildings to work in tandem and make it something where you would go from one to the
it's
other.
working out, and
now
I
that
think
they're under the same umbrella, absolutely. And we know from the collaboration of Greg Gressel and Colleen Saunders that they can get money and they can renovate buildings. We've seen what they've done to South Jackson.
Exactly. It's
that's
amazing what they have done, and kudos to Greg and to Colleen. Colleen has been right there writing grants for as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that we've gotten where we have.
Absolutely.
I'm very proud of what we have to offer in Tullahoma, Tennessee. I think it's a hub now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's definitely been a hub, but we're encouraging it now for sure. Now, one other thing that you mentioned was when you mentioned the Grinch and the movies. I went back to the cartoon, but now I'm thinking of something else. Movies, holiday movies. Did you know Regal Cinemas is doing a holiday movie every single day through the new year?
I've read that. I did go to see Wicked recently, and
how'd you like that one?
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I did. I really enjoyed it, and very unique production. But I did. I saw all those commercials for the holiday movies,
and they're all at different times every day. So if you're still working, like we're here today, it might be playing something right now that we're not there.
It might be 9 o'clock.
There are some in the evening
They
as
have
well,
them showing all the time, and I think that it's pretty amazing what they do out there.
Yeah. Well, I am old school. I'm always a little bit sad that they've taken the shows off the marquee because I personally never know what's playing. But I love this idea of going to the movies to watch, just like we were talking about watching It's a Wonderful Life on a big screen at South Jackson. Some of these movies you've never seen on the big screen.
I know.
Gremlins is showing, I think, the day after Christmas. And I'm half tempted to get out of the house early just to go see it on the big screen.
It'll be fun. I think it would be fun. And it's nice that people that have their children out of school that haven't gone away for vacation or something have a place to take their children to see a fun Christmas movie.
To see A Christmas Story, think of how iconic A Christmas Story is. And then we know, I think it's TBS plays it over and over again. You're not going to miss the movie this year.
Right.
But if you want to go see it on the big screen, it's available. Now you're going to have to look up Regal Cinemas to find out what day and time it's available.
If you're half blind like me, it's nice to be able to see it on the screen.
Well, there you go.
I'm not a fan of Hallmark movies. I don't want to knock it, but a lot of people are.
They're for some people, yeah.
I just find that their story's about the same every time.
That's what some people like about them.
But a
They're
lot of
cozy and
people
comforting.
love that.
Yeah.
They're comforting, I guess. They fill a gap in their lives or whatever. And that's whatever it takes is important.
There you go. Now, I have got to tell you, I got a surprise for you today because I watch this program. Usually it's on when I'm going home for lunch. And I watch every time that John has a low-coup, and then Jackie Duncan comes later and shares some poetry. Well, I don't do haiku or low-coup, but I wrote a limerick.
Awesome. You
Now,
got it ready?
Well, I certainly hope I do.
All right, let's all sit
right,
up straight
so-
and listen to the limerick.
There once was a man named John Gray who hosted this show on Tuesday. This week he's out, but no need to pout. We'll host it while he is away.
Great. He'd be proud of that.
I appreciate it. I thought, we can't do his show without a bit of poetry in the first half, so.
It's amazing what John writes.
It is. He is
I think
prolific.
he's got something in his head all the time, ready to write it down. And I admire his loku. They're clever. Mm-hmm. And the poetry meeting, which is on Tuesday night, obviously is going well. A lot of people meet over here at the First Christian Church in their, whatever that room is, where the post office used to be.
Oh, okay, yeah, the annex, okay.
The annex, and I'm assuming they're still doing that, so if you want to go, it's...
I know that there's one that is advertised in the paper week after week, so I'm assuming it's that same one.
I think that's it,
So,
yeah.
I unfortunately don't remember the name of the facilitator, but
A
obviously you know.
lot of times they get thrown out a word, and then they're supposed to make a poem from that word.
Okay.
And that's a challenge,
I used to do that when I delivered pizzas. I'd find a word like anesthesiologist.
Oh my goodness.
Anesthesiologists are secretly within our midst. Are they dangerous, I wonder? I don't know. I'm going under. And with that, we're going to a commercial break.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton's Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere. Like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at shecanstem.com.
For over 40 years, family-owned Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration is the name you can trust for residential and commercial HVAC installation, maintenance, and repair. As we transition to our next generation of leadership, the Stroop team is committed to providing your indoor comfort needs. We at Stroop's emphasize excellence in everything we do with certified technicians, 24/7 emergency service, and free estimates. Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company.
Gracie and Pedro might not get along so well.
They're standing on my tail.
But there's one thing they agree on. There's a right seat for everyone.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Whether you're a dog,
Hold on, Pooch.
a cat, a fish, or a rat.
And I'm a ferret.
Be sure to travel safe.
How can you be so sure?
I'm absolutely positive.
On your next adventure, make sure your children are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
All right, welcome back to Plain Living. Once again, I am your stand-in host, Kelly Lepchinsky, and this segment I am here with Greg Gressel, who, oh my gosh, what a busy season this has been for you.
It has truly been a busy, busy season. And, you know, the first week of December traditionally is my hardest, heaviest week.
Oh, yeah.
At South Jackson. But, you know, the whole month is busy. We love it, but it can be taxing at times.
You know, when we talk about that first week of December, and I know we talk about the Christmas parade a lot, and that has happened, but you're on both sides of and including that Christmas parade.
Exactly.
Things like the Grand Marshal reception, the Jingle Mingle, the Christkindl Market.
Yeah.
That whole, and now tonight, you know, It's a Wonderful Life. I realize that'll be over for most people by the time they see this.
Right.
But Holiday Inn won't.
Holiday Inn will not. And we had a phenomenal weekend this past weekend for Holiday Inn, the musical. And it's going to be this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Ticket sales are great, and people are just excited to get out and to see it. So we're excited to bring it to the stage. You know, 2 years ago we did White Christmas. White Christmas kind of was birthed out of Holiday Inn itself. And so that whole nostalgia and all the holiday stuff that Irving Berlin is so incredible about bringing to the stage. It's just a lot of fun, and the cast, just incredible to work with. The camaraderie that they end up having with each other doing an iconic piece like this is just, you can tell it, you can see it on the stage.
Yeah,
you know?
Oh, I bet.
You can truly see it on the
So,
stage.
of course, now if anybody wants to get tickets to that, I mean, the box office is one way, but you can get them immediately by going through the website.
You can. You can go through our website at southjackson.org and get those tickets in advance. They're a couple dollars cheaper if you get them in advance. And that's, you know, it's always a good thing. Then you got plenty of time. The trees from the Trees of Christmas are still up.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can come early and walk through the trees, see those winners. There's a donation box if you want to give a little something, because the money that we raise from the Trees of Christmas goes to help the Coffee County Humane Society this year.
Okay, I didn't know this year.
So you know, you can drop a few dollars or whatever in the donation boxes there throughout the Trees of Christmas area, but you can come a little early and get to see that.
As you mentioned, you'll see the winners, because voting has already closed.
Voting's
that
over.
event that is Come See 'Em and Vote ended.
Yes, it's a Wednesday through Sunday event during that time of the Christmas parade and the Jingle Mingle and all those things. It is Wednesday through Sunday of that first week of December. So that part has ended, but the beauty of the trees is still there.
And seeing the winners and knowing who has won, it gives you that chance to see what you've got to do next year if you want to be
If you want to be one of those listed winners.
There you go.
Of course, you know, we say at South Jackson, everybody that decorates the tree is a winner for us,
There you go.
because
Absolutely.
It's a big deal, and it's wonderful to see the community come together
and
like
it's-
that to
and the-
support the arts, to support whatever nonprofit we're trying to promote.
And the talent that people have and how different the trees look. You know, when you think of a Christmas tree, whatever you grew up with is sort of what you think of as a Christmas tree decoration. Or you think great big mall tree, which is the kind of thing you're never going to have. Then you go see this, and there's something just so nice about the number of varieties, or it doesn't have to be a great big mall tree, but it's not what you had at home either.
We have quite a few people that come, and they say they come and they look through all of it and they get ideas, and then they decide what they're going to do to decorate their tree at home. It's kind of their push into the Christmas spirit and Christmas season for them. And so
I look at them, I get ideas, and I say, wow, I'm glad that was you that had to do that.
And not me that had to figure that out.
How to figure those bows that come all the way down the tree.
So it's just incredible. A lot of fun. A lot of groups have been doing it the entire time that we've been hosting this event. So, but yeah, you can get your tickets in advance, and or you can get them at the door. There's usually still time. The museum is now back open.
That was my next question. You're ahead of me.
So the museum's now open. The name of the museum has had a little change. We're going to do kind of a fun ribbon cutting first of the year with all that, but it's the Tullahoma Museum of History and Culture.
Okay.
And there is still a Mitchell exhibit and Mitchell room within that. But to really let the community and the region and everything around us know, if they're coming, they're visiting, this is what it is that we have. They're housed in the building. So.
Now, I hope I don't catch you off guard with this, but there is a significance to the name Mitchell, why it was called the Mitchell Museum, why you're keeping that name in the play. But for those of us who don't know, what does Mitchell represent?
The family had given some money early back on, like late 70s, early 80s, to help get the museum started. The Mitchell was a mayor in the city of Tullahoma, and so that's just that the family wanted to do something in that kind of recognition. So there's items there that was a part of the Mitchell family collection and different things. So that's why the significance of that kind of continues on.
Oh, great. I appreciate that background, because I was not familiar. You know, you get back so far in mayors of your town, and if you weren't around for them,
right?
You know, their name's on something, and you don't necessarily know why. So
you don't know if that's what it was or not. So, but the museum's open, and we're so excited about that. I mean, it was an endeavor, the renovation work in that space. But I mean, the renovation's incredible. But the staff, the docents in the museum, have just done an incredible job at displaying and reconstructing things, and we're going to have some great rotating exhibits and stuff during that as well, and got a lot of emphasis coming up for the America 250 as well.
Oh, great,
that's going to be actively involved with the museum and South Jackson as a whole. So, but you can visit that while you're there for Holiday Inn and see the Trees of Christmas.
Absolutely.
There's
Now,
plenty
of course,
to do.
that gets us through this weekend, but even beyond that, you mentioned museum and exhibit, and that leads me to the Fine Arts Center.
Yes, so tonight, probably this might be aired by the time this happens, but 3 to 6 today, 3 to 6 this coming Thursday, and then the weekend, it'll be noon to 6 and 2 to 6 on Sunday. 2 to 6 on Sunday, noon to 6 on Saturday. Merry and Bright, which is our soft opening for the Tullahoma Fine Arts Center, will be happening, and we've been gifted a Dickens Village display, 200, 300 pieces. A large portion of it's up. More of it will be up next year. We've had some other people with Dickens pieces that have talked to us about adding to it. So we're hoping, we kind of got Trees of Christmas going on over at South Jackson. Well, at the same time, this village thing is going to be something that's going to be offered at the Fine Arts Center. And it is beautiful. It is beautifully displayed. I do have to throw out there to Jim and Jenny Hardy, Florence Hall, and Kathy Orr. What we've been able to get the inside and the decorating and everything that's been done would not have been done without those 4 individuals. They have really teamed up to really make the inside portion happen after all the renovation work and everything's been done. So shout out to them. But you can come, you can see we got a beautiful big tree decorated. There's lots of period style Christmas decorations. There's some nativities on loan from the First Methodist Church here in town. And then, of course, the village display. But then in the galleries upstairs, we have 7 local artists with some unbelievable artwork. So give the gift of art for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's all for sale. And within 45 minutes of opening the event, the first Wednesday that we opened, we had already sold a piece.
Oh, wow.
And it's just been an ongoing thing where we're selling wonderful pieces of art. We have artists, Mutt Suttles, we have Barbara Dwyer, Lisa Dunn, Kyle Henn, Kate Hall, Noel Clements, and Jim House.
Oh, wow. That's a good selection of names. Absolutely.
Nice selection of wonderful, wonderful artists in our area and their spectacular work on display and for sale.
So as busy as you are with this coming under the auspices of South Jackson, are you also now charged with being the exhibit curator, or have you got somebody else who's going to be taking that on, or is that in the works?
I am the executive director of all of it. And so a lot of it will kind of come underneath my purview, but but I will have help.
Okay.
We do have people that we're appointing to kind of come alongside me and work side by side. Some announcements probably that you'll see soon. It's just some different people that are helping make that happen. Even on the volunteer side of things, as well as the art exhibits and that side of things as well for the Fine Arts Center. So
Now, Peggy and I sort of half jokingly threw out the idea of, say, a pedestrian bridge. How hard do you think, is that something, that you would even consider?
Oh, yes,
think about?
it is. It is, and I cannot talk too much about it, but it would be a wonderful thing. And I do have some state people that I am having some conversation with. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Would this be great? There are some incredible drawings out there that have already been done.
See, I remembered back well before you were involved in the Fine Arts Center where this was something that you really wanted with these two buildings.
Yeah, and we would love.
But I didn't know it was already in the works to think about.
And honestly, these drawings and the idea and the concept comes before my time as well. Period.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
and
wow.
so it's been a kind of an ongoing desire for that to kind of be the arts district and for it to be very connected with all of downtown Tullahoma. And so that's our desire. We'd love to see that happen one day. You just never know what kind of incredible things could be in the works, but I'd love to see that happen. I've joked about I need a bat tunnel or something because going from South Jackson side to the Fine Arts side or vice versa in the middle of the day can be quite a challenge.
Crossing Jackson Street.
And I've told my staff that it's probably not a bad idea to go around the block and come up on it because that straight across there, sometimes you'll wait a long time. And I don't want any accidents to happen, but it sure would be nice to have a golf cart and be able to zoom right underneath the street or to have a connection for the public to be able to park one place and to walk both places and to be able to be a part of both places.
Well, and that's a bit of Tullahoma history right there too, because when this city was founded, where South Jackson is, where the Fine Arts Center is, that was supposed to be our downtown. That was our city center.
That was going to be the original town square.
Because the railroad came through, all the merchants, I don't want to be that far from the railroad. I'm coming here where people are coming off the depot. And it moved where every town around us has a town square. The railroad is what kept us from having one. But you're right where the plan was.
Yeah, that is where it was. And I think that the future could hold some incredible things for that because, excuse me, the city does kind of embrace that whole concept and idea too, that when I say the city government and stuff, that was the original town square. And what are we doing? What's our focus? It's kind of the gateway now into the city. And so, to enter in through the arts district could be some fun future ideas in the making.
Yeah, and we finally are going to be at the end of the comprehensive plan. Part of the thing, the Planning Commission passed it last night. It goes to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen.
Yes, I was there.
Everybody has worked on this so long. Everybody knows what's in it now. Everybody has had the battle.
Right.
So it's probably about to be put to bed finally and once and for all.
Yeah.
And then we can get some things implemented.
Yeah, we can start working on some things. And so, I don't know, incredible things down the pike. And the excitement level for us at South Jackson with the Tullahoma Fine Arts Center is we've wanted this camaraderie for so long.
Yeah.
And it's just the natural increase of the footprint for South Jackson and for the arts in Tullahoma. And we're blessed to have a performing arts center of that magnitude and that size in our rural setting, but then to have a fine arts center as well is just unheard of. So we're definitely a town of arts, and we want to explore that even more heavily in the future.
And hopefully we can repair some relationships. And for example, the watercolor exhibit that we were one of very few towns to get, maybe we can get some of those rolling again.
It is happening.
It is happening.
June the
I'm right on
17th of 2026. We've signed the contracts. They will be here. And they will be here until August the 15th of 2026. So during the America 250, we will have the National Watercolor Exhibit.
I love it. I love it. I'm glad I brought that up. Well, guys, we have run out of time on this segment. Don't forget, though, after Holiday Inn closes, I think it's the next thing up, is Little Women. They are in rehearsals now, so put that on your calendars as well. And we will be right back after this.
This place, where you grew up, where your memories were made, and where your dreams were born, where your neighbors stop to say hello, and where you're always welcome to stay a while, where your Fridays are spent under the lights, and where Saturdays are made for the water, where you can feel good about a hard day's work and take pride in a job well done, where small business makes a big impact, and home is always a sight for sore eyes. And where the best things in life, well, the best things in life are the little things. Tullahoma Utilities Authority, power in community.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
For over 40 years, family-owned Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration is the name you can trust for residential and commercial HVAC installation, maintenance, and repair. As we transition to our next generation of leadership, the Stroop team is committed to providing your indoor comfort needs. We at Stroop's emphasize excellence in everything we do with certified technicians, 24/7 emergency service, and free estimates. Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
I have a promotional video for you today from my friend Bill Keller, and I think we're going to call it Senior Fit and Fun. Now, this doesn't mean you have to be a senior to watch this video. Anybody can use it, but it's mainly done with a chair. So this is Bill Keller.
Know in your heart that you should exercise but just can't seem to get out of that chair? No problem. In the next 8 minutes, I'd like you to do with me an exercise routine that includes a warm-up, breathing exercises, strength exercises, balance exercises, and range of motion exercises. So without further ado, let's start moving those feet up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Now begin swinging your arms. Swing your arms, swing those arms. What we're doing here is we're getting your heart rate up, getting your heart rate up, circulating more blood throughout your system. Now, let's side tap, side tap, side tap, side tap. Now put your hands straight out and circle forward, circle backward. All right, and now get that heart rate up and down. Okay, let's sit, and now we're going to do some breathing exercises. Now, once you sit, good posture in your chair. That'd be shoulders back and down, navel towards your spine. I want you to run your hands down your leg and breathe out all that stale air, and then breathe in a huge breath of air and hold that about 5 seconds. Now, blow it all out again and back up. Huge breath and hold that for about 3, 4, 5 seconds. Now, blow it all out and back up again. Hold that about 5 seconds and back down. Now, let's go. Now, that's the breathing, and we have more oxygen flowing throughout our system. Now, let's do the strength portion. And for the strength portion, first one, we're going to sit straight in our chairs, good posture. I want you to drive off of your heels and stand up. Okay, so driving, staying. Good, very good. Tighten your core. 3 is coming up. 3. Okay, 4. All right, 5. 6, 7, looking good. Drive off your, keep your core tight. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, now sit in your chair, feet just a little wider than shoulder width, good posture. You can interlace your fingers and put the both palms together, but once you get hands down between your legs, down between your legs, up. 1, 2, 3, all the way back up. 4, squeeze your stomach. 5, you're looking good. 6, 7, enjoy it. 8, you're getting healthy. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Excellent, excellent. Now, the next exercise is going to be for your back. So I want you to put your hands straight out. Palms down, and just pull your hands straight back. Squeeze your back muscles. 1, 2, 3. Looking good. 4, 5. Getting fit. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now, the next exercise, we're going to go to our chest. So what I want you to do is have your hands in here by your side. I want you to punch and kick. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, now the next we're going to work on our biceps. So once you have your hands down by your side, and make a fist or just hold them slightly apart, and your palms facing forward. Pull your hands up toward your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, fun and fit. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now, okay, now let's go on to the balance exercises. So we've exercised basically every major muscle group in our bodies. And let's go on to the balance routine. So stand beside your chair and use it for support. Now I want you to raise one foot off the floor and hold it for 5 seconds. Now, use your other foot up and take your hand off the chair if you can, or use it for support. Okay, now the other side. Okay, now up the other side. Now, one more. And one more. But stabilization. Okay, now, good. Excellent. Now, let's sit back in the chair. We're going to do some range of motion exercises for the entire body. So, what I want you to do, and the longer you can hold these, the better. Okay, but here's the structure is put one foot out, feet up in the air, and hinge down and stretch a big muscle along the back of your leg. Put the other one out, and remember, hold them. As you do these, hold them as long as you can as you're doing them later on. So stretch, and now hold your arms straight out, swoop one across in front of your chest, and grab with the other arm, and stretch that back muscle out, both sides. Yeah, excellent, excellent. Now, hands over your head, and one down behind your head, and grab your elbow, hinge over from your elbow to your waist. And the same on the other side. Okay, now we're going to open her chest up. Open her chest up. Yeah, all right, big. Now stretch those two big muscles right alongside her spine, so sit to the side of your chair and turn your face toward the back of the chair, or your body toward the back of the chair. Okay, now the other side. Excellent, excellent. Now we're going to go up to our off-the-glut necks. And so put two fingers on each side of the neck, or each side of the chin, and push it over to across your opposite shoulder. And again, the longer, and the other side, the longer you can hold these, the better. Okay, now this side, put your head down. Now, other side, put your ear down toward your shoulder, and put your hand on the opposite side of your head, and put your head back to you're looking up to the ceiling diagonally. Other side, up to the ceiling diagonally. Okay, now put your hand on the back side of your head, push it down. So you're looking at the floor, and again, the other side. Excellent. Now, interlace your fingers, put them on your forehead, and pull your head back. And now, put them in the back of your head, and push your head down. And now, let's end with a few deep breaths. So, run your hands down your leg. We're not going to hold these, so. Excellent. And one more. And hands down to your heart. And I appreciate your time, and I hope to be able to do more of these in the future with you. Thank you very much. See you later.
HostMy provides modern phone systems with mobile integration, HIPAA-ready business texting, and digital faxing solutions. More importantly, we offer dedicated U.S.-based support, transparent billing, and unparalleled reliability. Call 931-581-4411 today and partner with the best.
Hi, my name is Ringo, here at Barkview Senior Living. They're human-friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Barkview. A Parkview Senior Living. For your dog's best friend, you.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is me? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you got to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Good morning, all you wonderful folks in TV land. Thank you, John, for that introduction. we've had a little bit of a change in our camera crew today. As a matter of fact, I don't see anybody, so it must be on automatic remote. But we're delighted for those ladies and gentlemen that bring you this part and this segment of the show. You know, this time of year, Thanksgiving and Christmas brings a thought to mind, everybody's mind, and that's good food. And I've thought back through the years that some of the great places that serve good food were some of our boarding houses in Tullahoma. I don't know that we have very many in Tullahoma, if any, at the present time, but back when I was a little boy and growing up, we had several boarding houses. One of the main ones was every day in the week at the corner of Lincoln and Atlantic Street. Where is now the Lauren's ladies store there, right on that corner. And she could seat probably 40 or 50 people in there, and people would come there for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day in the year. Another one was Mrs. Ladd. I think her name was Dorothy Ladd on South Anderson Street, that had a smaller dining room in her home that served good meals. And one of the great boarding houses of all time, not in Tullahoma, but just a short drive down to Lynchburg, Mrs. Bobo's. Now that place, you got to have a reservation for a meal there, and I think that she serves only at noon. I don't have any idea how many she can accommodate. I would say probably 50, but she has some specialties there that are kind of unusual. She puts a little Jack Daniels in her some of her desserts and some of her sweet potatoes, and they're very popular. But the boarding houses in Tullahoma were flourished for many, many years, and there are those that I do not remember, but they were so gracious, and they were always warm in the wintertime, and had good, as they say, good country cooking, you know, the various staples, and I think some of them specialized in pies for dessert and all the sweet things that people like to eat. One of the restaurants downtown was a boarding house, was a big restaurant, was the City Cafe, located on West Lincoln Street, where the Frames by You shop is now, and it operated not around the clock, but real early from about 4 o'clock in the morning till midnight every day. And the Blakes operated it for many, many, many years. And next door to the original Arnold's Furniture was a place called the Diner. They had converted a streetcar to a restaurant that was there. Mr. Marvin Kirkus operated what was called the Sweet Shop next door to where the Chamber of Commerce is now for many, many years. And then I think probably 1940 or 41, in the same block next door where Miss Jessie Bidman's boarding house was, he built a brick building for a restaurant that's been there, and it's had several ownerships now. It's called the Downtown Cafe. And more recently, there's a restaurant or eatery on North Jackson Street that was the home of Doc and Miss Maud Taylor, that's next to the city parking lot, and it's called the Sweet Potato Cafe. So there's one thing about Tullahoma, they sure do have a lot of good eateries. We miss the boarding houses, but and we won't mention any of the other restaurants now, but that'll be another part of the story, because this is not the end of the story. We got a lot more to come, and it'll be a lot of fun discussion and reminiscing. Y'all have a good day now, and we'll see you next week.
This place, where you grew up, where your memories were made, and where your dreams were born. Where your neighbors stop to say hello, and where you're always welcome to stay a while. Where your Fridays are spent under the lights, and where Saturdays are made for the water. Where you can feel good about a hard day's work and take pride in a job well done. Where small business makes a big impact, and home is always a sight for sore eyes. And where the best things in life, well, the best things in life are the little things. Tullahoma Utilities Authority. Power in community.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department. Need you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Woo.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size.
Yeah.
Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Merry Christmas! I am so excited today to have this group on my set. My goodness, Martha Brooke, who has been about this size over here when I first met her. Martha Brooke Powers Hood.
Yep.
I feel like I have to put Powers in there.
Yeah, I know.
Because that's when I first knew you.
Yeah, it is.
And these 3 young ladies are her children.
Yeah.
And they're lined up here. Eliza, you want to tell them your name?
My name is Eliza Grace.
What's your name?
Eliza Grace, right?
Mary Alice. Eliza Grace Hood.
And then what's your name?
And what's your name?
Mary Alice. My middle name is Grace.
And you're Mary Alice. And then who's this one right here?
Eloise Margaret Hood.
Okay.
Eloise is,
what is Eloise?
hiding her face.
But you just,
Martha, did you ever think you would have these beautiful children a long time ago when you were
I
standing
knew.
in my house singing?
I know. I can't believe they're mine, truly.
can I see my like this?
Are you girls looking forward to Christmas?
Are you excited for Christmas?
Yes.
What do you want for Christmas?
I want
You don't know?
I want a real microphone that has Stitch on it.
Oh, okay.
I want a Minnie Mouse one.
A Minnie Mouse.
And what was that?
And I want a blow up red bed.
A blow up red bed.
A blow up bouncy red bed that I can
A blow up something.
Yep. And
blow
what
up
did you?
bouncy bed that I can jump on.
What's that sound?
And there's a lot more things.
What do you want for Christmas?
What do you
Eloise?
want for Christmas?
I think she wants, she really likes to make a mess.
Put your mic up a little closer to your face. And tell us what she wants.
I think she wants a mess to make a mess.
She wants to make a mess for Christmas.
She wants to make a mess for Christmas. Is that, are you?
That's what she wants for Christmas. A macaron daisy.
And are you looking forward to seeing Santa Claus?
I want to go to the North Pole, ride those Pole Express. That's what I really want to do for Christmas.
Christmas is a special time at your house. I can imagine it's a bit of chaos.
There's not much snow. There's not much snow. Poppy.
What's your dad's name? Do you know your dad's name? Jared
Hood.
That's his full name.
Mr. Jared Hood, and he owns a business in our town.
Okay.
Jared
McKay Hood. Jared McKay Hood.
What's the name of his business? Where does he work?
Do you help him sometimes? I think they do. I think they do. I see them in pictures, and I think that they are very helpful.
Oh, yeah. And what's the name of his business, Liza Grace? Where does he work?
Tullahoma.
Oh yeah, he works in Tullahoma, but what's the name of his business? It's Access
Title.
Access Title, that's right.
Access Title. And he's on Jackson Street now, right?
He will be. He hasn't moved.
Can we sing Happy Birthday, Jesus now?
Are you going to sing your song about Jesus? Let's do that, okay?
All right, can you stand up?
Can you do that now?
I want to sit down myself.
Okay.
All right, put your microphone up and here you go. We have a solo first, and then you sing together.
And then you sing together. Right, go ahead.
Happy birthday, Jesus. I'm so glad it's Christmas. I sing the first part. All the tinsels and lights and the presents are nice, but the real gift is you. Happy birthday, Jesus. I'm so glad it's Christmas. Now me
You gonna finish? All the
You have to put your mic up to your mouth.
All right, now let's all sing.
Happy birthday,
Jesus. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Happy, not yet.
Okay, girls, I think they're going to cut us off. And this is the Hood family, and this is what Christmas is about, everybody. I love having children on the show, and I love these children. And I guess we'll be back.
We'll be back.
Thank you, Hood.
Thank you.
I loved it.
Happy birthday.
We'll be back with something. I'm not sure what.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
Service and quality at Clayton's Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
For over 40 years, family-owned Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration is the name you can trust for residential and commercial HVAC installation, maintenance, and repair. As we transition to our next generation of leadership, the Stroop team is committed to providing your indoor comfort needs. We at Stroop's emphasize excellence in everything we do with certified technicians, 24/7 emergency service, and free estimates. Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company.
Gracie and Pedro might not get along so well.
You're standing on my tail.
But there's one thing they agree on. There's a right seat for everyone.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Whether you're a dog,
Hold on, Pooch.
a cat, a fish, or a rat.
And I'm a ferret.
Be sure to travel safe.
How can you be so sure?
I'm absolutely positive.
On your next adventure, make sure your children are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
And welcome back to Just Plain Living. Once again, I'm Kelly Lepshinsky, sitting in today for John Gray. And in this final segment, we have former Tullahoma Alderman, current Coffee County Commissioner, Jackie Duncan here with us. And you're a regular guest on this program, aren't you?
Thank you. Thank you very much. And we have a lot of fun on here. It was a blessing.
A lot of times we call it Joeing with Jackie.
Joeing with Jackie, yeah. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, last time we talked about an event that was coming up the event was in McMinnville, and it was about Tennessee State University alumni having our annual Christmas luncheon. And we hadn't had one for several years because of COVID. But this year we did have one, and of course we're having a new president of the university. It made it that much better, that we could get him. We got him to come and speak, and it was a blessing. I was concerned about being out of town, the event being held, so far away. Usually it's at the conference center, and we've had it there for several years, or somewhere closer by maybe, but and I was thinking, hoping maybe for the UTSI or something like that, or the conference center, but we didn't have it. We wound up. I hadn't been attending the meetings lately by phone, so bottom line is that we wound up with the meetings being in McMinnville, and it worked out perfectly.
Oh, nice. Good. You had a big crowd?
At the country club, had a great crowd, yes. Everybody was there. We had people from Tullahoma there, as well as quite a few from Nashville, and some of the other chapters around came and supported us, and it was just a great event.
Is that where you went to college?
Yes, yeah.
I thought so. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah. And it was such a great event. Food was great. I knew it was at Helen's on the Green, and you can tell that green part of town. It's a country club, and it was out on the Green. So, but I didn't look forward to the attendance to be that fantastic, but attendance was great.
Lovely.
It was great. Yeah, and the president had a great message and informed us on. And don't ask me what all the stuff he talked about, but he got very technical and told us things that were actually really going on
at the school.
At the school, and they're trying to work out now. So he's got a job on his hands, ain't no doubt about it. But it was a great event, and so we're looking forward to some other things that hopefully are coming up before long. And but it's just a lot of things going on in the community, and we're glad to be a part of it all.
So Jackie, I have a question for you, and I realize that as a county commissioner, you're no longer in the depths of this because it moved to Manchester City. But you mentioned the conference center. Yeah. And this is the time of year when a lot of things like those alumni meetings or Christmas parties and things were scheduled for the Coffee County Conference Center. That used to be a big problem for the county, and I know Manchester took it over, but none of these events are being held anymore. Do we know what Manchester City is planning now with that?
I do not. I do not, and I've tried to find out. I try to keep abreast of things, and sometimes it's just a little harder when they're a little farther, get a little farther away. But I do go by there every now and then, and the lady that runs it, I can't think of her name at the moment.
Is it Rebecca French?
Rebecca,
still?
yeah, Rebecca. And Rebecca, she does a great job wherever she is. You know, she's but I don't know what's really going on because it is under the control of the Manchester City government.
Well, I understood at one time when they decided to, I don't know, sort of not shutter it, but to handle it differently.
Yeah.
That they were going to run it as an event center where you could rent the space, but you would have to bring in the food and bring in your supplies and cater it. And they weren't going to run all of that anymore. But I'm surprised by how many things we're hearing didn't move ahead under those new rules.
Because it's not there anymore. That a lot of things may not have happened. Things that used to, and it's concerning because I know that people want to do things. You know, I wish that we could have had that event here, but like I said, I had not been attending the meetings regularly at the time, and we do meet by phone, and but every so often, Dr. Campbell and Dr. Jesse Campbell and Clifton Campbell, they're both members of this chapter, and so we're all together trying to do things and just to support the university and then the community and everything. So we want to be a part of all of it. So yeah, it's kind of hard when you don't have the means to do it or the facility to do it, and I don't really know the state of the facility at the time, but I have been to an event or two up there since the county got out of the picture, but I really don't know anything about it.
Yeah. Well, I've always thought that's an opportunity that Tullahoma, I don't know where. I mean, we've sort of run out of the buildings that are disused, that are still in any sort of shape that you could make them an event center. And we have, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the Country Club, there's nothing wrong with the Atlantic, but they're limited in capacity.
Yeah, I agree.
Since the Markham building no longer is open, that was a wonderful space, by the way. I hated to see that go.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Because it had lots of room for a lot of people. And I wish Tullahoma had such a place. I think we need it.
Yeah. I have wondered before, and of course, the Atlantic was where the used to be an event center under, what was her name, Patricia Lee? Was it Patricia Lee that had it as an event center before?
I feel like it was. I think it was. Our band played there, and it was a nice venue.
Yeah. And I never, until it became the Atlantic, which is very nice, I never realized it was limited by capacity. I always thought that was something the Chamber of Commerce could have taken up the mantle and had an event
Maybe
center.
someday somebody will get on that. We'll have a big building that will bring in thousands of people, and
it would have to be a big building. But
it would. Have you written anything here that you want to read to us? I think people would love to know that you write Living on Purpose, and there's some beautiful writings in there.
This is my book of inspirational poetry, and I'm just starting back to promote this. I want to say something. I'm kind of concerned, you know, about a lot of phone calls I get, and I don't really know that all are legitimate, and I'm concerned because I've got one several times from, well, I get them on a regular basis. I get them from my old publisher, the one that published this book. I co-published it with a Christian book company, but anyway, I'm concerned. I get calls, and I'm getting calls right now about someone that's said they're interested in my book, and they with HBO.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I've gotten that call before, and you know, but I mean that could be just as illegitimate as anything.
My understanding, and I have seen this book before, but it's been a while.
Yeah,
I thought it's mainly poetry, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's inspirational poetry, and let me read one of the poems that. Actually, this poem, I don't know if this is even in the book, but this is one I do for high school graduates mostly, and it's called Crossing the Bridge. Like when they finish school and getting ready to leave home, you know, and the things that they'll have to contend with. It says it's called Crossing the Bridge. It says you've come to a fork in the highway, and the choice of which road to take. The rest of your life from this point on depends on decisions you make. There is a bridge that you must cross that was built by those who believe that you are the hope for the future of a world that has so many needs. Your future has never been as bright as this moment you're living right now. Our hopes and our prayers are all riding on you to pull this thing off somehow. So as you move boldly forward, be mindful of potholes and snares. Trust in the one who is the way. Only he can get you there. Congratulations, graduate.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, this is something that I wrote and quite a few years ago, and I had some students that were graduating, and I just wanted to inspire them. I did one especially for my nephew that was a senior at the time. I think he's about 50 years old now, but you know, I mean, but he's, you know, I just like to bless folks, and the whole book is is like that. It's about experiences or about something that I see in someone's life that's going on, and it's not just stuff that, you know, just stuff. A lot of times you'll hear just stuff, but I say stuff. That's might not be a good way to put it, but people write what's in their hearts, I guess. And
I think so.
And a lot of times people just write, but you know, there's different ways of interpreting things. But I'm writing because I see something in somebody or in their life that it would be a benefit to someone else. I think that would, if it were told, story told.
Yeah.
And so it's just like this right here, and then there's, you know, we cross bridges all the time in our lives, and we just want to get to the other side. You know, we don't value things, I guess, as highly at the time, but hey, that's life.
And often we get over that bridge, and there's two roads. You got to make a decision.
You got to make a decision.
Which way are you going to go?
Every day of our lives, we make
and
decisions.
And that decision determines.
We got to make a decision. Yeah, decision what how your life is going to turn out. A lot of times, you know, sometimes the decisions are not that important, maybe, but or don't seem that important. But everything's important in our lives. You know, every breath you take is one you got to have. If you didn't get it, you know, you'd be in trouble. But bottom line is that we all sometimes the bigger things just don't show up like we don't recognize them when we see them.
Jackie, do you have a favorite memory from childhood of Christmas?
Oh, I think I do. I do when I used to like. I would always want something that really reached out to me and touched me in a special way. And one of the things was just one year it was a little robot.
Yeah.
And I had never seen anything.
Something that operated on that phone.
It was a little robot, and you crank him up, and he would go across the floor, and he'd do his arms and everything, you know, and and he would talk.
That was the beginning of AI.
That probably was, and I was just a kid. You were at the time, you know. And but it probably might have, could have been beginning.
That was exciting, I'm sure
it was exciting, and you crank him up, and he started off walking across the floor with his little arms, and he said, "I am Robert Robot, mechanical man. Drive me and steer me wherever you can." and so, I remember all that stuff, and oh man, that was something else. And my brother at the time, he was always the scientist of the family, and he wanted one year he wanted it's an 8-track player. Played a lot of kids now don't know what an 8-track was, but you know, and then the cassette came along after that, and then CDs and DVDs and all that good stuff. But he wanted this 8-track player, and it was round. It was about this big, and it looked like a space helmet.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, okay, remember that? Okay.
Yeah.
And but it played music, and I remember it hadn't been that real. Well, it hadn't been long ago, because my mother's been dead for 20 years. But she had it in a yard sale one time, and just gonna get rid of that thing. And I saw it and I got it.
Yeah,
I commandeered
absolutely.
that thing and I kept it. That's why I still got it.
Yeah.
That's practically
That's
a museum
wonderful.
piece.
Yeah,
now, 'cause
yeah.
it was
But
such
you-
a mid-century
I know.
modern type of, their idea of atomic and moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, oh boy, and it was nice. I need to drag that thing out and check it out. So put an old 8-track tape, not an 8-track, but
We need a little museum.
old
with-
tape in there. Yeah, a little museum. And you think, you got something that's worth something maybe, but these things ain't worth it.
Oh yeah.
Ain't worth
Hey,
anything.
when my time comes and they go, because I'm still collecting things.
I do too. I mean,
And there's going to be a little museum in my house because
I
I do
got
theater,
one.
so I keep things, because I'm going to use it someday in a show. But sometimes it really does work out that way.
Well,
See, I told you I kept this for a reason.
Well, you know
it's great
what?
to have that stuff.
And I might have been, I was given too much. Well, not given too much, but I bought it all. But bottom line is the space I got when I bought instead of buying just a small house to accommodate living. I wound up one day buying a big old house. It used to be the restaurant, and I got all that space in there.
And did you fill it up already?
I filled it up a long time ago.
Okay,
Peggy.
I
Yeah.
know the feeling.
A long time ago.
I've thought the same thing. I could easily downsize for the amount of my house that me as a person I use.
Me too.
Kitchen, bathroom, bedroom,
Yeah,
TV,
yeah.
dude.
We all could do was
Then
live.
I have all the stuff I've collected. I'm like, man, do I need a bigger house? But when my time comes, boy, somebody's gonna benefit by
Somebody's going to
Well,
benefit.
if antiques are still, the same
Yeah.
things that.
My time is getting closer probably than yours, maybe, but we never know. But bottom line, I just
Get
had a
by
birthday.
this.
I just had a birthday, and I've been around for a while. But bottom line is that I used to collect cups. Even I got a cup collection. I used to go to conferences all the time.
Oh, yeah.
When I left, when I retired doing that area, I was going to a lot of conferences, and I got into city government and county government, and didn't plan on doing any of that stuff. But I did, and everybody wants to give you a coffee cup of some
Oh, yeah.
sort. And I got one table that's dedicated to coffee cups. And it's a big round table, and it's just got every kind of coffee cup you could imagine on it. And
I love teacups.
yeah,
From England or from different
yeah.
places, the teacups, I thought they were so pretty.
well, I got a mess. I don't. Somebody's going to have a mess when I leave here. So anyway, and I was thinking about that just the other day.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, I said, my nieces and nephew, I need to find out if any of them are collectors and see what they collect and get these collectors ready for them.
Yeah, you could practically track my career with the mugs in my house, all the way from my first radio career through the theaters, through the newspaper, and I guess I need to make one for Talking Tullahoma and one for me and Jackie for Just Plain Living,
Just
because
Plain Living.
we have come to the end of our time for today. Jackie, thank you so much for dropping by to jaw with us again today. Peggy and crew, thank you
Always
so
a
much for
pleasure.
letting me sit in. John, thank you as well. We'll
Thank
see you
you.
next time.
Merry Christmas.